It's
right.
on. I'm gonna get this thing out of the way.
It's the shit show. It's the shit
I'm
show.
trying to play around with the idea of
So,
video, so I can put camera that way, this way, and then I'll have one over here that captures both. Eventually, I'd like to have one hits all four corners. I've got enough to do all four. Um, I haven't had four people in here,
Wow. Even just 4 angles of 2 people would be all right.
right? Be pretty cool. So I found this old JVC camcorder.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to use for like the angle shot. So it gives you kind of that gritty, old school no K.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Give it
who
some
I am.
grit.
That's who I am.
That's it.
I'm not that clean.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, you're on your way.
I'm still gritty. Still a little gritty.
It's all right.
Don't mistake my neighborhood. Don't mistake my address.
The gooch always stays gritty.
That's what's been going on, man.
Oh, not a whole lot.
Well,
I've just been resting up, buddy. Healing this leg up and stuff. Waiting on spring to come around.
you said you broke your fibula, tibia, ankle. What
I
did you
think
do?
I broke the one, the fibula,
Fibula.
the one that lies.
You-
Broke the fibula and the ankle as well.
Good God, man.
And then I had to have surgery too. So
Sack.
yeah, this is
You don't need to.
man. I got an open wound as big as now it's about the size of a baseball.
How long ago was this?
I had surgery 12/7 of last year. It's been about 2 months almost.
Okay. When you say last year, right now, it's like, oh man, it's last year. It was probably
Oh,
a
right.
month and a half ago.
Yeah, I know, right? Month and a half always feels like last year to me.
I tell you, this has been a crazy year.
Already.
All 20, 30 days of it or whatever.
31, right?
That's right. That's right. So we got a history together, and I want to touch on that because some of my favorite years involve Mike Wine, and you're smiling because you're like, how the hell? No one says that, but not many people say that about me either. But we spent some time together, and I was thinking as I was kind of preparing to talk to you, I was thinking about there was a day that we were working at Overhead Door, and you were putting a band together, or you might have already had a band. I'm not sure what the scenario was, but you were looking for somebody to sing. And somehow we didn't really know each other at that time.
Right.
And the word come back around to me, and I was singing karaoke and doing some dumb shit like that then. And somehow I convinced you, and I think it might have been Funkhauser, to go for a ride with me in my Fiero. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember the 2-seater rocket.
So we get my Fiero. I remember what song I sang to audition for you guys. Do you remember that?
Was it Mother?
No, it was Wood.
Wood.
It was Wood.
Allison Chain.
I couldn't look at you. Couldn't look at anybody.
No.
I was still having trouble, singing at that point.
Yeah, you sang it pretty good.
Well, I must have, because you're like, well, ain't nobody else dumb enough to put us in this car and drive around. So guess it's this guy, Andy.
No, it was I do remember. I would have never remembered that unless you had brought it up or someone else would have hadn't brought it up.
It's somehow those types of memories stick in my head forever. Like
Glad.
there
Glad.
there are
That's good memories.
there are some that don't stick in my head. There are things people come to me and tell me about that I'm like, I did that. Tommy Simpson was telling me about when I was brute at the high school that, like in a pregame, I was like play fighting with the Delta Eagle,
Right.
and it got a little bit more serious. And honest to God, I
Feathers
remember,
flying.
play fighting with the Delta Eagle, but I don't remember ripping its head off.
He was a mascot, right? Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
And evidently, I ripped the Delta Eagle's head off.
That's legendary.
But I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's legendary there. I'll tell you, I remember, this is how I remember you. I remember most of it, you coming and singing with me was you had a passion to do it. And I was all for it. 'Cause I needed a singer,
Yeah.
and set up down at your dad's place, the old property.
We did. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, down by the junkyard.
Yeah.
And I had my drummer from Pittsburgh, Terry.
Yep.
And
Bring your mic
let's
a little
see.
closer.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Mike to Mike.
Mic up.
I think you was really you had stage fright. You wouldn't sing. We practiced a couple times down there, and you never even picked up a microphone. I think you was too worried about picking up cigarette butts and beer cans and stuff before your dad pulled up.
Oh man. You know, he ran us out of there. I do remember getting ran out.
Yeah, Nevertheless, we needed another place to practice, but it didn't take long. I remember the first song. The first song you sang that with the band, it was a Jackal song.
Oh yeah, God,
Man.
I forgot about singing Jackal.
And you really sounded good with Jackal, I thought. And I was like, all right, give me some more inspiration to keep on going, you know?
Right. I forgot all about singing Jackal. We did Lumberjack and
Stand Alone.
yep. I think there was a third one.
Well, I think one of the R-rated
Smells My
songs.
Cock.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yep.
God.
Good songs.
Cinderella.
Yes,
We did
Cinderella.
Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Road.
No way I could do that today.
Man, probably. Man, I don't know how you did it then.
I don't either. I really don't, man.
We did a lot of good music.
We did. We had a great time. I was telling someone the other day that we set beer and alcohol sales records at the Oil City and up at the Glow and
Let's see the Depot.
the Depot. Yeah, I mean, we were a party band, that's for sure. You wouldn't think it by our set list, but we were a party band.
Yeah, we had a nice following.
We had a great following. We had some loyal
Really
listeners.
good people, man. Good folks too.
Had a bouncer here and there.
Oh yeah, never a shortage.
It got rough one night over at the Oil City.
Boy, did it.
I remember that got broke up. Jennifer actually got hit that night, and we had one of the Sutherland boys up against the wall, and another one was, who knows whose side everybody was on, but the only side I was on was I want to play some more.
Yeah.
And so was Jason Glass because he started playing the national anthem.
Oh boy, he when that comes out, he starts playing that. He's warmed up.
Dear God, man, some great times. That was a lot of fun. It was definitely an introduction to me of a different side of life that I had seen before. And you guys like to have a lot of fun that I didn't know existed.
Well, it's I like to write music, and I grew up listening to a lot of '80s, and just idolized a lot of it.
Yeah.
And like Motley Crue, that's all they did. They had fun.
Yep.
They had a lot of fun, and they paid the price for a lot of it as well,
Yes,
as I did as well. But I had to have a lot of fun, and that's what drove me to write my songs.
I was talking to Derek Jones about it and just telling him that, we looked at it as just going out and having fun, and it wasn't a business to us.
No.
We were just trying to make enough money to get us to the next gig.
Yep.
Maybe buy some guitar strings and a blown speaker and pay our beer tab.
Right. Buy a new baffle. I need a couple right now for my horns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's changed so much. I don't even know how to approach PA systems anymore.
And I got an old one too. I do. It's a monster. It's a dinosaur, but when it's working real good, and which is seldom.
Yeah. we were in Key West, and we're at I think it was the Green Parrot. No, something Joe's. Anyway, and as we're watching the band, there's an 80s tribute band up there, and they're just doing all kinds of, and they were good. And these guys looked like they were probably a part of the 80s scene coming up. The guitar player had to have been.
Okay.
That guy,
It was it, huh?
he was legit.
And see, that's the way the 80s music was set up.
But
That guitar player was supposed
oh
to
man,
be it.
he
and
was a
that's
guitar hero.
That's
like
how the bands were supposed to make it.
100%. That guy was spot on with everything he did. But the power kept going out.
Oh, Lord.
So they were blowing all the, the amps were blowing fuses like we never had that issue before. But they kept playing. They played through it and didn't stop. So then, like maybe the second time, out comes this guy with his iPad, and he's got the full board on his iPad, and he's adjusting everything from the middle of the floor on his iPad.
Nice.
And I'm like, dude, that's the coolest thing I've seen.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, to not be tied to the booth. Sounds a lot different down here. I can kind of make some adjustments for you guys
Wow.
down on the floor that I don't pick up in the booth. He said, but it's all tied to the booth and it's adjusting in real time.
Yeah, I've never got that advanced.
It was nuts. Like, I just stood there and watched him.
It looks a lot much easier now,
Well, just like with this recording piece,
right?
I think about us recording with Cuffed in a barn with crickets in the background.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like having to go back through it and back through it and back through it, where now I can edit, and I'm an idiot when it comes to editing, but I can go through and edit this out or put stuff in right here with just a click of a mouse versus having to do it over or, having to find, some way to overdub it or whatever. I can just cut it and redo it.
Right. Well, you should be able to. It's in your house.
Well, it makes it a lot easier when it's in my house instead of in a barn.
How long did it take you to figure it out?
I probably sat down and recorded a couple hours. I recorded a couple hours with a friend, and that was going to be like episode 1. But I got it so off when I went in to edit some things. It was off time. So there are things that mic will pick up because they're not gated.
Right.
Those mics are not recording, so they don't pick up, but I'll pick up a little bit from yours. You'll pick up a little bit from mine. And if I get my editing wrong, they'll overlap enough where there's a delay. So you'll hear an echo in there.
Nice.
It is pretty nice. But I do have some compression. There's not much. I haven't done a whole lot of effects on this. I was playing the rap with Jennifer earlier, but that's kind of the only thing I've played with is some pitch.
You got a stage name yet?
No. We're working on it though. It's a rap name. Can't say stage name because then it gets confused with something else.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
It's rough.
It's rough around here.
It's hard out here. But no, I mean I screwed that first one up and I just ended up using it as a tool to learn from. Then I'd record a couple other things and found what I liked, didn't like. I started out with a couple Mackie mics.
Oh yeah.
Mackie mics did not have the response these guys do.
These are what, Rode?
These are Rhodes. And those Mackie mics probably weighed a quarter of what one of these do. These things are heavy.
Wow, good.
I mean, there's some technology packed in there.
They sound good.
They do sound good.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted. I just wanted the natural sound. I didn't want something crazy. It sounded like I'm the carpet guy from
Right. I was listening to a few of the episodes through the week, through the month, actually, but has good sound.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the volume up.
Well,
And I mean,
maybe everybody just needs to put a little more bass in their voice.
I don't have any more.
You don't have any more?
I think I've lost it all.
Yeah.
I would love to have like a picture of my vocal cords.
You don't want to see that.
I probably don't.
Yeah. You won't talk much.
Oh my God.
It probably look like it's getting ready to snap.
That couple snap, that was been rough nights.
Right. I know it. You lost your voice many nights.
Oh man.
Wow. I lost more of my voice many nights. Somebody brought up that time we played out at Dennis and Deb.
Oh Lord God have mercy.
We had what we have a trailer, a semi trailer out there, or a hay wagon
It
trailer.
was a hay wagon.
It was pretty big, whatever it was.
I think we were on a hay wagon.
And I don't think we got through a whole song, did we?
No, we were.
Me anyway. I couldn't.
There was a point when we were all doing a different song at the same time. You remember who ran sound for us that night?
I can't remember
It was
nothing.
Kim Bailey.
Kim was running
And
sound.
Kim said, "I'll never be involved with these guys ever again."
Boy, did that not stand long. You know it. He didn't have. Boy, the near future had for him.
Well, maybe a year later.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't much longer.
He went for a magic carpet ride
man,
too.
he did. And I'm sure he's been on a few of his own.
Oh well, yeah. Holy cow, yeah. He's been around.
So we were talking about those early days, and I remember going from. I'm glad you brought up my mom and dad's old house on down by the junkyard, because I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
I totally forgot about it. And then we went from there. We end up. Was that when we ended up in your mom's basement, or did we end up at where you were living at with Dennis?
I think we went to the basement next.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think I must have not had that house yet down there.
Did Terry end up down there with us? I don't remember Terry.
Yeah, he was yeah, Jason Glass,
Okay.
Andy Funkhauser, you and I,
Yep.
and Terry Kelly on the drums.
And was that was the one where we were on in that little house there at the corner? You live with Dennis. Dennis Bailey.
No, I lived there by myself.
You did?
Me and Boston lived there.
Okay.
And my brother Bo. I kept Bo there too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on McDonald in Richmond there.
Yeah.
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 It was a good sized house, nice practice place. Then we ended up at Mark Lexus.
Man, so maybe I'm confused. I thought we were down the street from McDonald in Richmond on
Yeah, we were on you're right. When we bought that PA.
Yeah.
Yep. You bought that PA from Sight and Sound.
Yep.
Yeah, we was on down the street in that first house on McDonald in Kentucky,
Yeah. That's where it was.
in the garage.
Yep. That wasn't very long though.
No. I don't know. Yeah, because I moved from there up to the other house.
Yeah. Then we ended up in that back little room. That was a great spot. Neighbors didn't like it.
I mean, was it Ray Dudley knocking on the door all the time?
You guys got to turn it down.
It sounds good, guys. Anyway, you can turn it down a little. Can you turn drums down? I don't think so, but yeah, we'll turn it down.
I can remember.
That's when we switched drummers.
It
Mark
was.
Lex was playing drums
Yeah.
then.
Yep.
From the time down at that house till up here. See, there was a time frame where you wanted to sing when Terry was here,
Mm-hmm.
but you didn't,
I don't think it did.
because we ended up renting that store out there in Trenton for quite a while.
Huh.
And from Aaron McFeely,
Yeah.
and we practiced out there a lot.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Yeah, man, we
I
jammed
remember
out.
going out there for a party one time.
Yeah. And we went from there into the. There seemed like there was a little bit of a gap. That's when I think I talked to Mark Lex, and Mark Lex helped me get you fired up. Richie.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think who was at that very first band practice, and I think I got it. I don't think Funkhauser was there.
I don't think he was yet
I
either.
think Richie Stevens was playing bass,
Mm-hmm.
and what's his name? Twyble.
Jay Twyble.
Jay
Yeah.
Twyble was there.
Yep. Man, I forgot about Jay being there.
Yeah, and then me, you, and Mark.
Yeah.
5 of us at that point.
Man, we took over their house.
But it seemed like Richie, Jay didn't last too long with us, either one of them. And Funkhauser's played bass, and we didn't pick up another guitarist until Glass came along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and by that time we were down at your house on McDonald, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that's when on the
remember
corner
him
of
being
Richmond and McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him being down there, and I remember watching him learn the guitar solo for Walk.
Man, yeah, that was something else, huh?
He was sitting in your chair up in the living room, and I was just sitting there watching, going, how the hell,
Yeah.
how does someone figure that out? How that's where the sound comes from? You know, I mean,
He was a master of effects, wasn't
oh man, that guy could put it together. He just understood what,
he? He understands a whole nother, like,
yeah.
defined realm that I don't recognize.
Right.
Because I truly give him lots of props because he is a phenom.
Drums, keys.
He plays the drums
Guitar.
now. He don't mess with guitar
Really?
much, and his
Oh,
drumming
man.
skills are out of this world.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Out of this world.
I don't doubt it.
Tool ain't nothing for him.
I think that's where he started, though. He either started with keys or drums, one or the other, which a lot of people say that they go together. If you understand the keys, if you understand
Guitar.
piano,
Yeah.
you can understand drums, you can understand guitar.
Yeah, guitar and piano they share the same notes and what was it, key signatures, whatever, and I don't know, they share all theory together. I don't
Yeah.
know, they were born the same year or what.
Maybe. I saw something cool the other day. It was somebody. It's one of those. You know, it's an online band. I don't know if they play out or anything. Small Town Heroes or something like that. Dude's got a drop D. Like his voice has depth. But they took a barcode off the back of a ketchup bottle and used it as tab.
Oh wow.
So he just started playing the tab off of this barcode, and then they created a song out of it.
No way.
It was so cool. Like I was like, how the hell? Who thinks about that? You know?
Wow.
Oh, create a new song. Hey, grab the ketchup bottle. Let's see what the barcode is.
Must have been Rain Man's brother.
Maybe. So first gig was that down in Indianapolis.
Turn One Lounge.
Was that where we played our first show?
Indy 500. Yeah, I believe so. Or I think we played Oil City before that.
Did we?
I think that's how we got. I think that's how we got that gig
Okay.
from Randy Reasoner.
Okay. It makes sense. I
Yeah.
just don't recall like the timing of that. I remember going down there. I remember being on the roof.
I remember going down there. I don't remember coming back.
On the way down there. On the way down there, I can remember Jason Glass peeing out the side of the van.
Oh
The
man.
Elvis impersonator that was behind us turning on his windshield wipers.
Oh my goodness. I was holding him so he didn't fall out of the. Oh man.
He's like, dude, I gotta go. We were not pulling over. Richie was driving.
He was drunk, so drunk.
Richie was driving.
He might as well not even pissed all over that car behind us because by the time we got to Indianapolis, he was soaking wet.
He was a
Yes.
mess, man. He got up on stage and right off the bat, I think we led with
We had to
Mental
find him,
health.
we had to find him some clothes.
right.
I had to put strings on his guitar for
I
him.
remember that.
I was like, dude, I ain't even got my guitar together. I was like, oh man, it was so hot out.
Yeah.
And
We propped him up on stage though, and what did he do?
we set him up on stage with Mike G's jeans on with a rope for a belt.
And he ripped it apart.
He took off on the national anthem and put a whole new spin to it and just killed it.
We're pretty fortunate to have some great people around us at times.
Yeah, they're saviors.
Yeah, they absolutely
Yeah.
absolutely were.
We just took off without any real knowledge of what we were doing,
Yeah,
and it worked out.
somehow, some way. Had you been in bands before? I can't remember.
Yeah, I've always had a band.
I mean,
Yeah, but never, heck, we was fairly young then,
we were.
so,
Just turned 21.
I had a fake band, when I was grade school and
Yeah.
junior high. Me and Terry, you know, we always had a band. We used to write Alcatra records. We were like 12. We told them we had a band. I think we needed to go on tour with the crew.
Oh man.
They got a kick out of it. They wrote us back.
Did they really?
Oh yeah, they said, "Well, send us that demo, boys. The world's ready for something like that." You know, we were like, "Shit, now what?"
What we gonna do now?
So we got that Christmas. We got instruments.
Oh, you didn't have instruments when you were
No, we was full of shit.
you were ready to go.
Yeah,
You knew.
you know, we thought it was just inevitable. I mean, you know, my nickname was Mick. His nickname was T-Bone, and that's Motley Crue's drummer and guitar player. And he was like, "You know what? Mick Mars is from Indiana too, man." This was in Pittsburgh. And I was like, "Man, yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah." So we learned our instruments fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lied a lot, so we had to, you know, we couldn't let everybody down. So we started playing them school
Talent
talent
shows.
shows. Played Too Fast for Love and Live Wire one year.
Oh my God.
The next year we played For Whom the Bell Tolls. We won it both times. It was pretty cool, you know. There's a lot of musicians out in Pittsburgh though. Seemed like there was guitar players, singers, and quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks.
It's a quarterback farm out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Poison didn't.
They came from Pennsylvania.
Were all of them from Pennsylvania?
Well, I know the band. They say the band's from there. I'm not real too. I never really did any separate, you know, digging into Brett Michaels and CC and all them and separately.
Right. When we were in Key West a couple weeks ago, we met the backup singer, one of the backup singers for Brett Michaels. Her name was Becky. Her and her, I don't know if they were married or not, but her and her guy were there at the same hotel we were at. Guess who else was there? Kip Winger.
Oh man, she's only
Listen.
17.
Everything I could do within me not to go introduce myself to him.
Oh wow.
He was sitting in the lobby one night, and I told Jennifer, I said, I think that's Kip Winger. And she goes, how the hell do you know who Kip Winger is? I said, man, I just know. Why do you ask questions like that? You know? It's like,
Man, what was he wearing? He had his chest hair hanging all out.
no, but he had the big, you know, he had the scruff going
Did he?
on, his hair. He still got the long hair and the scruffiness. I thought he was a big guy. He's not.
A lot of them fellas aren't.
He was maybe 5'5".
That's like Zach Wild.
I thought he was a monster of a man. He is not.
No.
We saw. So that night we're at the. It must have been the Green Parrot. I think that is where we were at. Anyway, the night that we're watching this '80s band, there was some guys that came in that were. I think they were in a band called Motley 2.
Nice.
And these guys were all like 5'2", 5'3", and they looked to be in their maybe late 50s. I was like, this is just weird, just odd. Not that short people were weird, but it was just odd that a whole crew of guys came in that were all about the same height, wearing big hair and makeup and dressed like 80s rockers in their 60s. It was just odd. They
Right.
definitely stood out.
Yeah.
You know, their hair was clearly dyed.
Yeah, Vince Neil, Mick Mars, they were short.
Yeah.
Then you had Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee. They were both over 6 foot.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew Tommy Lee was maybe 6 foot, 6'2".
Nikki
He may be taller than that. I don't know.
and they wore the big old stilettos.
Right.
What the hell?
Well, you know, Kiss brought that on.
Yeah. Yeah, Gino.
Man.
Boy. That book Nikki Sixx wrote, and it had some really funny stuff about when they were on tour with Kiss. They had the drummer of Kiss's wife behind the drum set while Peter Criss is playing. Nikki and Tommy. What the hell?
Some different things going on.
Man,
you know, some
boy,
of these-
them guys were just ruthless.
Man,
They didn't give two shits about nothing. They had
I,
a good time.
I lived down in Madison for a few years. And while I was down there, I started kind of following all the Madison pages and stuff. There's a guy down there named Scott Drum. Do you remember the Drums from Jay County?
No.
I think it was Jason Drum. I may be totally wrong. So I've got some listeners that I know were kind of into that scene, Players Club over in Portland. We played that bar a lot.
Oh yeah.
One of the Drums was like the bar manager, the entertainment manager over there at Players in Portland. And I thought it was interesting how, no matter how far you go, you're going to run into somebody from.
It's a small world.
It really is a small world.
Yeah.
And so Annie's kind of involved in the Madison music movement. So I thought that was kind of cool. But we played a lot of shows over at Players.
Yeah, we did.
That was a good venue for us, and we always brought a good crowd.
Yeah, we played. I think we was playing the opposite weekend of Ryan McCombs.
Yeah, DEM was playing over there quite a bit, and I don't know if I think Magi opened up for us one night when we were playing a New Year's.
Nice.
And that was the night I didn't want to go on stage because I was like, that dude's freaking good.
Oh yeah.
Not that I didn't want to go on stage, but I recognized that guy's got talent.
Right.
He's talented.
Yeah.
And they were on another level.
So were you.
Well, I appreciate that, but I was nowhere near that guy's level.
Yeah, we just didn't. We could have been on any level.
Could have.
We weren't. We just didn't have the. We didn't have the right sound. The right. We had the right some of the right equipment. We just didn't have the right sound coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
We didn't have a clue what we were doing, dude.
No. Plug it in. Let's rock.
Winging a prayer.
Yeah.
What do you mean I can't swing this mic around like a yo-yo?
What are you doing on the roof, chick? Yeah.
Get off the roof.
Yeah.
That guy was afraid the roof was going to cave in.
Man, I thought you was going to kill yourself. You was on the very top of the PA speakers during Pantera. Walk. Oh, Lord. That was a good time.
Running across tables at the depot.
Oh, man. I like that. I like that back room.
That was nice, man. That was a very nice setup they had up there.
Yeah.
There were some really good rooms back then. I was thinking about the Tomahawk Club the other day. We never played there, but that was a really cool room right there on Wheeling or on Walnut.
Oh, yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Oh,
Tommy
Longston.
Yeah. Man, that was a cool place. They had some great bands that came in there.
They sure did. Yeah. I forgot that. It was Tomahawks at one time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've been in there once since. And it was like a country bar by the time I ended up in there again.
It's been probably 5 different bars.
Right.
In the last 10, 15 years.
Seems like the places there now has maybe been the longest. It's been there a while.
What's it called now?
I don't know. I drive by it all the time. We got that house on Bethel, and that's the route I take when I go to Bethel.
Right.
I have no clue what the name of that place is.
Yeah, I helped you move in there, that house. The next thing I know, you moved to Madison. I thought, who moves like that? How'd you get all that stuff from downstairs down to Madison that quick?
Listen, here's what I did. So when we sold our house out on 26, moved everything, and I ended up in a wreck in between and rolled my truck, broke my back, all that fun stuff. And then we hired some football players from the high school to load our truck in Muncie. I bought them pizza, paid them some cash. They loaded the U-Haul truck. I drove it down to Madison. When Jennifer and I pulled down the main street in Madison, get ready to turn on Broadway to our house, turn the corner, I'd hired some kids with the athletic director. He said, I'll get you some football players. He got me a freshman soccer player and a sophomore football player. 2 kids.
Nice.
To move me in. Thank God we had a neighbor that I befriended very quickly. His name was Tom Ferry and his wife Chandra. They were both teachers at the high school down there. Tom's a big dude. Like he's a horse, man. And super nice guy.
This is in Madison?
In Madison. Yeah, they were living right next door to us. They had just moved down there as well.
Oh, okay, nice.
So Just lucked out, dude. I think they had moved there maybe the year before, and just lucked out. He was there that day. Those two kids, by the time they get the last couple pieces of furniture going upstairs to the bedrooms, there's the one kid's legs gave out. He was Lieutenant Dan. He had no legs.
Lieutenant Dan.
Thank God, here comes Tom with magic legs, and he picks him up and carried that stuff the rest of the way upstairs because I couldn't do it, and those kids couldn't do it. They were done. They were wiped out.
Had a lot of stuff.
Had a lot of stuff. Got rid of a lot of stuff. We moved out on 26. We moved out of there. It was a great giveaway of 2019. I gave a lot of stuff away. Jennifer gave a lot of stuff away. We didn't have room for it. We didn't have anywhere to put anything. You go from 3 acres and 3,500 square feet to 900 square feet in a
Ball State.
tiny city block, like a tiny little city lot.
But did you have a bigger house in, down there where you moved to, Madison?
We moved into a house on Broadway Street. So all the houses downtown, it's a historic district, and
Yeah.
they're all together. The first house we moved into was a 2-bedroom, could have been a 3, but we used it as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. We lived there. We moved in there in August because I moved in there pretty much right away. We rented it, and I moved in. I've got a picture of my truck with my bed and a mattress. That was it. Just had a mattress, and our queen bed. Took it down there, and that's what I slept in. Actually, it wasn't ours. It was our spare bedroom bed. Took it up there. That's what I lived in. I lived in that bedroom in that house for a month. So I think she came down in September, moved the rest of the stuff down there, and then we bought a house in November.
So what, she get a job down there too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got my assistant principal job, and then she got a job working for a hospital over in Carrollton, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
So she had a gorgeous drive every morning, every
Man,
week.
I bet.
Right along the river.
Absolutely, man.
Across the bridge.
That is that scenery right there is the best.
Nothing
ever.
like it, man.
Right there. I mean, it just changes as soon as you get to that valley. And yeah, I used to drive over there from Columbus in North Vernon.
It's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
It's a different, like you don't think you're in Indiana anymore.
Right. The
It's,
rolling hills start, there
man.
on the Ohio River.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's from Madison to Vevey on over to Ohio. It's just Lawrenceburg. It's just gorgeous all through there.
That's where that girl's women's prison is, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Does that put a lot of people to work?
Puts a lot of people to work, and also, I'm not sure, but it seemed like from my vantage point, being an assistant principal, the students that I may come in contact with that were having discipline issues, not all of them, but some, their mothers had at some point been in the women's prison. Once released, they're still in Madison,
Gotcha.
kind of staying there. I don't know if there was some sort of
Program.
release program,
Yeah.
to help them transition out, and many of them stayed or what. But saw a lot of that.
A lot of them transitioned back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used to ride our bicycles out around there. So we would get on our bikes at the school, ride out to the prison, ride around the prison, around the cemetery, and then there was a green road. You can take it out to an old parking lot that used to be one of the entry points for the state park. Then we'd ride our bikes around the state park. It took us a while to where we would ride them the whole way around. It's a little bit hilly back here,
Oh, yeah.
but it was a good time, man. It was a great place to
21
be.
speed.
Yeah.
You can get through them hills.
Buddy, you just got to get going. You just got to get hustling. I think I hit 36 mile an hour
Oh, that's
at one point,
fast.
trucking down one of them hills,
Oh, yeah. You were cruising.
just trying to get it, make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. So, man, you've had some movement in your life as well, and you've gone through some stuff, brother. But you're still standing up.
I'm
And
still standing.
we were talking about Boston there for a second, and boy, one of my favorite memories being down at your house, seeing him on the drums and
Oh man, he was
just him
something
hanging
else.
around with us. He
Yeah,
was
he was my right hand guy.
so inquisitive, man. He was always like just watching.
He was a sponge for
He
knowledge.
really was.
Yeah, he.
He really was.
I remember my memory of him at that house was him just with that long hair, just walking around singing walk. Yeah,
Yes, he did.
happy go lucky, man. Just
Yeah.
it's good times, man. Sure miss him.
Yeah. How long's he been gone?
Oh man, '07.
Wow.
Yeah, you know that's too long. He'd be 32.
Man.
He'd be 32 years old. Yeah, he passed when he was 15. 32 years ago was what? 91.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, born in 91.
He's got 3 boys.
Yep, 4 boys.
You got 4 boys?
Yep. Yeah, I got a young one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
God bless. What are you doing, man?
I had some more exercise, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah, I just found out about him not too long ago.
All right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting acquainted with him.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I know you love your boys, that's for sure. And,
Absolutely.
you went through some stuff with all of them, and
Oh yeah. Lots of stuff, buddy.
I don't even know if I want to touch on it. That's my problem. I'm like, God, man,
You go right ahead, man.
I know, but I'm just sitting here thinking, can I keep my shit together?
Right. Yeah, it's
Just thinking about Teresa,
oh yeah. Yeah.
and I love that lady. She was definitely that balance you needed.
She was, man. She kept me together, and it was the love of my life. So she really kept me together.
Yeah,
I spun out of control for quite a while after she passed away. So it was my kids were, you think your kids will be enough to keep you from spinning out of control, but there's just things that happen in life, man, that you don't have. You don't have much control over it. You don't think it doesn't seem to, and it takes a lot of working through things psychologically to even start grasping control.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I've said repeatedly how important Jennifer's been in my life, and to keep me, going the direction I needed to be going, and to help me make those corrections when
Absolutely,
I
man.
turn the wheel the wrong way. And
Yep, that's and it's easy to turn the wheel the wrong way.
it's very
It only takes once,
yeah.
only takes once.
So she passed. What was going on with her? You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Talk about Teresa. She when I got with Teresa, let's see, I was working an overhead door.
Mm-hmm.
I seen her at a gas station one day, and I was like, man, me and Andy Funkhauser were together, and I was like, who was that? And he told me, and I was like, man, she's hot.
She's a
He's
great
like,
looking lady.
yeah, he was like, she's out of your league, buddy.
That's all you needed to hear.
Yeah,
Right
I was
there,
like,
wasn't
oh, okay. Well, okay. So he was right. It took me about a year to even get her attention, really. And and I was persistent. One night I got off work, and there was a note on my car, and it was, I think it was from her sister, and she had given me Teresa's number. Teresa had told her to come by my work and put it on my car. And I called her and asked her out. We went to ET's and seen a band called Beth Haven,
it? Yep, I remember Beth Haven.
and they were great. And yeah, that was about it. That was about curtains after that, and I learned after that, she had epilepsy.
Mm-hmm.
She had a tumor,
Yep.
which caused her to, be epileptic, and that was pretty hard, dealing with them seizures, and I'd take her to her appointments down in Indy at the, I think it was the IU Medical Center down there, and once a year, they, they said there's a surgery they could perform, but the odds were just awful,
Mm-hmm.
and she wasn't doing it, and I wasn't gonna. I wanted her to be around, but I didn't want to take the chance of losing her right then either.
Right.
But ultimately it was up to her, and I kind of just blocked it out, like she really wasn't that sick, because she didn't act it, and
She didn't.
no,
Yeah, she did.
and just one day she didn't have a seizure from being epileptic. She just I think the tumor busted. If it wasn't the tumor, it was a blood vessel.
Mm-hmm.
It was she had an aneurysm out
Yeah.
of nowhere, and nothing you can do. You know, the neurosurgeons, they were I think they were father and son. They were highly regarded
Right.
neurosurgeons, and I respected you know, their them saying they didn't want to perform any surgery. They showed me the MRIs and stuff, and the brain was just full of blood, so there was no getting that blood off there, and having any part of the brain to be alive.
Right. How old was she?
29.
Okay.
She was 29.
How much older than?
I think I was 25, 26.
Yeah. Boy, that's why she always seemed to have her shit together.
Yeah, she was older.
We were just so young and dumb.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was too good for me. I'll tell you that. I don't even know why she put up with me. But she kept me together pretty much. Yeah,
I think that might have been the time I went down to Florida for a bit. As I left, went to Florida. This
yeah,
would have
I
been,
remember that.
um,
He's probably 21.
yeah, right at it.
I was 21, 22 when I met her.
Yeah. Then not long after that, I came back. I think we started talking about putting a band together again.
Yeah, we we always did what we said we were going to do, didn't we?
So we start playing again. That was when I found out Jennifer was pregnant and come back home and we got back together. And
Yeah, you brought me a guitar out there to Valley View.
did I?
Yeah, that black Ibanez.
Oh, that black Ibanez. The was that an SG?
SG, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing was cool.
No, it was more like a Les Paul Epiphone
Okay,
model.
okay. Yeah, man, it's been a while. I can remember that black guitar. God, I forgot all about that. I don't even know where I got it.
Man, I played a lot of gigs with that guitar.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Yep.
I still play Ibanez.
That was what's interesting is I got you that guitar, and then I'm the one that found the bass Andy played with.
Yeah.
I
How
got that
about
from
that?
Jennifer Sparks. I think it was her bass.
Yeah, well, let's see. I think I seen you somewhere. Where did I see you? Seen you somewhere, and man, I told you I've been writing some songs or something. And boy, we put them songs together fast once we got a band together.
We did too, and we did that again later on with Cuffed.
Yes.
You know, going back, boy, there's some stuff I'd love to go back and just redo and put it together with time and some.
Well, I wish I'd had them recordings of them songs
Oh my
that
god.
we were recording right at the end of Cuff.
Oh, brother. There's got to be a video out there of us at the Elks.
Oh, second. Do I?
That's kind of what I've been waiting on to put them on YouTube. Is hoping I'd find a video of some of that and just put the video with the music and kind of cut some stuff up and make a video of our Cuffed music.
Right.
I'd love to find a video of Circles.
Man, I'd love to find that video of the 4-H.
Oh man, that was a great time too.
Yeah, there used to be a video of that.
Oh really?
Yeah,
One of the
remember that?
Funkhouses?
Yeah, somebody had it. Remember, we ended that show with that prong song.
Yes, we did. Yeah, snap your fingers, snap your
Yeah,
neck.
man. Hey, we some of us think Dry Eyes,
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot
and
about
that
that.
song
Yeah.
sounded really good that night.
Yeah. There's got to be. So evidently, Mark Lex has some video out there. I failed to connect with him. He's got some video. I would have thought for sure that the Funkhausers, somebody, Bob or, um, you know, Dennis, somebody's got some video out there. But that's what I've been looking for and waiting on is some of that stuff to kind of just put it all together on a YouTube channel and
Yeah,
make it available for some people to go back and look at. And um, I've been super excited about being able to get you in here and talk about some of this old stuff.
man,
I mean,
so much history.
it's really interesting when I look over here on this wall and there's a picture of us with bucket and we went down to Hartford Concrete and got in the big bucket.
Yeah,
The,
sure thing. Right there's the original picture.
mm-hmm.
There's a newspaper clipping of it.
Yep, I dug those out. I don't know, maybe 6 months ago after we moved here. I had them in a black briefcase. I don't know if you remember me carrying around a black briefcase
I do.
for a while. It had everything in there, but there was a we were in a What's Up or something, whatever the paper is out of Fort Wayne.
What's that? What's that magazine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't find it.
I can bring it up on the internet all the time.
Really,
Still, yeah,
the one we were in?
yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I'm gonna
I
have
go
to
to
look
I
at
go to
that.
back issues
Yeah.
and I search cuffed up.
Now I'm gonna have to do it.
Yep,
I'm gonna have to look that up.
yep.
So we've got that. Um, I mean, you battled with some addiction.
Oh yeah,
You've been going through that.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I've been battling with addictions ever since I was born. I think.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I still go to the methadone clinic. I ain't know. Every time I even think about leaving the methadone clinic, it gives me anxiety. So, my counselor told me not to even trip. Don't even,
Yeah.
don't even look, look at there because there's time. They've told me there's plenty of people just it ain't for them to get off of it.
Right.
Have to be on it for the rest of your life. You have to be. It beats the alternative.
Sure. Yeah, and I think, as time progresses, hopefully they'll come up with something that's, the alternative there to keep you guys safe. And
And yeah, I I'm probably the most addicted person on this planet. I really sometimes believe that, you know,
why do you think that?
because I'm very strong minded and very strong willed, and everything I've ever wanted to not do, I've been able to do it,
Yeah.
and just quitting drugs cold turkey is first time I done it. I didn't have no choice. I got locked up. Had a stroke within 5 days. It's like my body shuts down.
Mm,
Especially once you start venturing into some of the harder stuff.
right.
And I'm definitely a good story of teach people not what to do.
I was thinking about us the other day, and I thought about a couple times where you made sure you protected me from doing something just dumb, and I'm
Absolutely.
appreciative of that. And
Absolutely.
I think it comes down to, you know, I I put myself in situations to where the opportunity presents itself, and I'm thankful that I've had people that like, trust, and respecting me enough to where they were like, "Don't do it.
Right.
You ain't doing that.
Yeah.
He ain't your guy."
That's it, man. That's never been a pusher.
Yeah.
Never been a pusher. I've dibbled and dabbled in about everything, but never pushed it on a soul.
Yeah.
Especially a good friend. Whatever measures, I would try to prevent that.
We've lost a lot of friends.
You're not kidding, man. No,
Too
you're
many.
not. Yeah,
You know.
way too many. Been to more. I think I posted something on Facebook said I've been to more friends' funerals than I have friends' weddings.
Yeah.
And that's terrible.
It is terrible. an epidemic that just swept through this area, and it seemed like one after another. It was. I was watching something the other day. I can't remember what it was, but no, it was a Netflix series called Griselda, and she was dealing cocaine, like importing cocaine from Colombia in through Miami. But then a friend introduced her to crack,
Oh yeah.
and then she started smoking crack. And I thought, man, 80s, we saw crack come through and through the 90s, and then meth coming through in a huge wave in the mid to late 90s,
Hmm.
and then here comes the opioids.
Yeah, man. They just destroyed. They just destroyed everything in its path.
Yeah,
In fact,
it's one hit after another, and that that man, it sure changed this small town.
yes, yes, it has.
There was a lot of folks that we.
I didn't know what I was getting into when I started messing with that. About cost me my life, not by overdose, by penitentiary.
Mm,
You know, I was fortunate enough to beat two different dealing and heroin cases.
yeah.
You know, in the court of law, facing 35 years the first time and 45 the second time, and it's not fun
Yeah.
looking at that much time. It's just not. You know, you think it'd be enough to just scare you straight.
So Branston comes out of
Yeah,
those times.
yeah, he does.
He's doing well.
He's doing great, man. Just seeing him,
Yeah.
before I came here.
I got to get to know him as an eighth grader, and what a treat that was.
Wow.
Eighth grade. He was quite the kid to have sitting right in front of my desk for 180 days.
Uh huh.
I wouldn't have had it any other way. I love that kid, and he sure has got his crap together. Seems to, and
Yes, he does.
moving in the right direction.
He's a good, great son, great young man, all the way around.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I see a little bit about Braxton every once in a while.
He lives down in Indy.
Is that where he's at?
Yeah, he's a real private person. He just stays to himself, and he don't say a whole lot. You know, he's been through a lot too, man.
Through a lot, man.
You know, and it's hard for him. It's hard. Each day is a struggle for him.
I've got a picture somewhere, and I think I've sent it to you a couple times. Whenever I come around with it, him and Boston jamming out
Oh,
at the Elks.
At the Elks, yes,
It's one of my
great
favorite
picture.
pictures of all
Yeah.
time. Like
Absolutely.
that is in my top 10.
Braxton jamming and
Uh,
Boston jamming. You know, when Boston passed away, man, it just it took Braxton's soul.
hmm
You know, he's been hollow ever since.
Hmm.
You know, and then especially to grow up later and really feel the impact of his mother passing away
hmm
when he was one. You know, and then me being in prison. You know, I did 8.5 years in prison, so you know that's poor guy just thinks everybody's going to get taken away from him. You know, he's doing so well too, especially for them. You know, that's kind of a situation growing up.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of my boys. You know,
Well, you've always been super proud of your boys, and I hope you get some time to get to know the next one too,
oh yeah,
and get to impact him.
oh
That's
yeah,
for sure. You know.
yeah. It's important. Your father impacts you.
Oh, brother.
You
Oh my God.
Yep. You know, when you love a kid, as much as you do when they're yours, it's like I can't imagine putting anything negative on them.
hmm
You know, like they gotta shine because put so much work on positive notes.
Yeah.
And my boys did a really good job listening to me.
Boy, I guess that's on.
Yeah, they did. They did a real good job listening to me and not following my
Yeah.
footsteps.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. We've seen plenty that do just step right in line,
Right.
and that's real easy to do because that's where your expectation lies.
Yeah, I wanted it to embarrass them.
Yeah.
I wanted them that life to embarrass them and just feel trashy. Because everybody needs to know that's what it's. That's what that life is.
Yeah.
There's nothing good in that life at all.
Do you think? What do you think Mike Wine without going into addiction and living with a drug addiction? What do you think that Mike Wine is doing right now?
The guy never had any addictions.
Yeah.
Oh well, definitely. He's definitely captured a lot more of his dreams, bro. I would imagine. I'm man. I've always set my dreams and my goals right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So far away. They were so outlandish and far fetched, but that's what I strived for.
Right.
So I always come up short. I don't think I would have come up short all the time. My lifestyle has just brought me backwards. I get a step forward and I take five back. You've heard that cliche.
And that's the thing, Mike. You've never blamed it on anybody else. You've always owned it, and um,
Absolutely.
I think that's something that Jennifer and I both respected about you is you've always owned your shit, and you didn't make excuses for it.
No, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It definitely is, and I'm just like everybody that looks on the outside looking in at me. You know, a lot of people care about me, and I know the people that care about me, and I care about them as well. And I can see what they want for me. I want the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want the same thing, but I don't want anybody. I my mom passed. I always told her I was like, don't worry about me, please, because regardless, I'm gonna be all right. And the
Mm-hmm.
last thing I ever wanted was my parents to pass away, worrying about if I'm gonna
Sure.
go on drugs the rest of my life, or not.
Right.
You know, I it's something I can't ever just put behind me. It's something I got to live with, and I live with it well. You know, I do. A lot of so many regrets that I could just feel sorry for myself all
Mm-hmm.
the time. I could the thoughts that I think of when I wake up, about 20 minutes of just awful things. Depressing things and things you can't help to think about, but I let them run through my brain. Start my day, man. And I'm in the positive energy. I've done a lot of research on a lot. I'm trying to flip a new leaf,
Mm-hmm.
which I have, but it's hard to do it without knowing how to tug along all the baggage.
Sure.
And it's getting easier. It's getting easier.
Is there? Are you seeking any kind of counseling, anything like that?
I've done a lot of counseling. Yeah, I do. I have a counselor now.
Yeah.
The methadone clinic. That's part of it. It's a treatment. It's
Yeah.
a treatment. It's a vague treatment, but it's there if you want it.
Gotcha.
They got resources if you seek them. I got a cool counselor. She keeps an eye on me, and she lets me know when she thinks I got that look in my eye, or she thinks I'm a
I'm
character.
just thinking about towing that baggage along. There, there's a way to unload that, and I think through counseling, through working through it, talking
Right.
about it, and
Yep.
I think about a lot of the times I've just sat, in a room in my own head, and that's a double-edged sword. There's some things you can sort out, but boy, we know all our own flaws so well.
Oh yeah. They say we judge ourselves
Oh,
300 plus times a day.
yeah.
and I believe that.
Yeah,
And
without a doubt.
yeah, yeah, the baggage is, that's just it. You can't never get over some of these things that, a lot of these things that a lot of people have been through that I've been through, but you have to find a way through it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you find a way through it. You never can get over it, so you can't really just ever leave the baggage.
it exists.
Exactly.
It exists.
It's there, it's there, and it ain't like I want to get, I wouldn't want to not remember it anyway.
Right.
That that's just it. That's another double-edged sword. I'm not willing to let it go.
Right.
So it's yes, I don't know. I'm a real person,
Yeah.
and I think I'll have real success at getting through it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I don't want to dwell on. I don't want to dwell on the negative because I think you got a lot of positive
right?
going
That's
on, and
just it. I don't look
but
at it as negative. It's sad sometimes when I
sure,
think about it. I
it's a
cry. I
story.
cry. I cry a lot, and but that's healing.
Oh,
It's
sure,
healing now. That
man, to
is
just get it out.
right. And that's a positive thing.
Yeah,
And I believe that I got to get some of this off of me,
you do.
or I'm not going to be able to reach my final destination.
Right. Yeah, just carrying it with you, and part of that carrying it with you is not verbalizing it in some way. You just, I think a lot about how, we self talk. When just talking to yourself, and anybody that thinks I don't self talk, yeah, you do. We have a conversation in our head all the time,
Oh yeah,
whether you say it aloud or not. I hear a lot of kids self talk, and they say it aloud. You'll just hear them talking through that. I can't believe that they wouldn't believe me, and the little things they would say. But we do that as adults. Oftentimes, it's in our own head. There are times I'm in my truck, I'm driving, and I'm talking to myself, just trying to work through it, figure it out, and I'm like,
yeah.
God, I look like an idiot. But I would
What's the
rather,
combination?
yeah, man, I'd rather look like that idiot driving in my vehicle, working it out. So by the time I get to my destination, like you're talking about, all right, man, it's there. Or some of that stuff I let go of that I didn't need to be holding on to. That
Yeah,
you know,
sometimes the load gets too heavy.
I've struggled with confidence, and many people around me are like, "You struggle with confidence? Give me a break." I struggle with my confidence. I struggle with, and you were talking about it earlier. I know I can sing, but singing in front of others, I struggle with that. Number one, because if it's bad, I'm going to struggle to fix that because it's my voice. It's not a string. I can't tune
Exactly.
that. You know what I mean? So I struggle with that a lot. And so my confidence was really low, and I never had that feedback I needed of, hey, that sounded pretty good. Because I didn't sing in front of anyone. But once I did get that confirmation, and then my confidence went up. And then that was dangerous because the last thing anybody that I needed was more confidence. Even though I say I'm lacking in it, I sure have a lot of it. It I was
You
talking, I
you
was,
out of everybody I know, you seem to be the most confident person, one of the most confident people that I do know, and it's hard to, but I know that you do because I know
you've seen
the
it.
younger you,
Yeah,
you
you've
know.
seen it. You've seen me struggle with it. And um, I still continue to. There are things I hold back on. I hold back on this podcast because there are things, number one, I don't want people to know about me. There are other things where I'm like, I don't know that I want to talk about that because I don't know enough about it to feel like I need to put that out there.
I got you
You
there.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And so when I have these conversations with folks, I am always trying to learn. I'm trying to learn more about you. I'm trying to learn more about, maybe your story will be able to save someone else.
And if it saves one
If it
person,
saves one person, Mike,
you know,
that's all we need.
that's that would make my life every bit of
Right.
worth it.
And I know you well enough to know, like I said, you own your shit, and you also are someone who doesn't want someone else to have to live through the things you've lived through, and to put people through what you've put other people through.
No, yeah, that's just, becoming a father, you get a whole new perspective, of course, and I, yeah, I don't, I don't ever want to have to feel like my mom and my dad had to feel.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
I'm glad my kids, you know, aren't like me. I really am, in that way
Yep.
where they're so addicted that they they get weak and choose just to do it. You know, um, I know they've got to fight it. I know just because how addicted I am. I know it went to them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And for them not to, excuse me, not to go out there and just sulk in it as well
Mm-hmm.
is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank them.
Dude, by the grace of God, your
Yeah,
boys have come out okay, and
yeah,
God rest Boston.
yeah.
That kid was certainly special. But your other two, three, the
Three.
two that I know, seem to be doing really well, and much to be proud of there. That's for sure. And,
Yeah,
through your struggle, somehow it's going to make their life better.
absolutely.
You know.
I always try to stay in touch with them no matter what was going on,
Yeah.
and always tell them, always kept the same firm talks with them.
Yeah.
Look, this ain't life.
Yep.
So they listen well. They've listened well, and they've had to. Man, I just thank God that they're the way they are.
We're gonna pause it here for a second. 'Cause, you brought your guitar with you, and there's no way in hell that I'm letting you leave this room without us doing something together. So
Right on.
we're gonna record it at some
Okay.
level, and
All
whether
right.
it gets out there or not, we'll see.
I gotta take a leak
Yeah.
anyway.
All right, we're gonna pause for a minute, everybody. We're back with the guitar action going on.
You sing anymore?
I don't know.
You don't
I don't know
know?
if I can sing anymore or not. It's been about how long it's been. I might pause it to find out. Oh man, I haven't heard Boston in forever.
This was a good tuning song there, man. Ooh. Tesla. You like that stuff? I love that stuff.
I claim to not be an 80s
Yeah,
rock fan. I am,
you are.
but not enough to where I'm like, that's what I want to sit and listen to. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate the 80s. Really appreciate some Tesla and some different bands, but
Here's a song I wrote. I think you can, after hearing it, I'll write the lyrics down. I think you'd be able to sing it with me or sing it by yourself even better than me.
yeah. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna turn the other mics on.
Okay.
There, the room's mic'd. I'll move them toward you.
Cool. I don't need no apology from you. I don't care how sorry you think you are. Oh no, don't care how sorry you think you are. You bring me down, you bring me down, you bring me so far down. Your energy's no good for me. And I don't want you, 'cause I don't need you no more. Your energy's no good for me. You bring me down, you bring me down, bring me so far down. Your energy's no good for me, 'cause I don't want no enemies from this. You go your way, and I'll go mine, yeah. I'll catch that 308 train tonight. Catch that 308 train tonight. Still ain't got to the chorus yet, but
I like it. I like it.
kind of strange song. You know, I don't know. My songs are all strange.
Darren McDermott said something to me. He said, your music was always angry in a way.
Yeah.
But I saw it a little bit differently. I don't know that it was angry. I think it was yearning.
Yeah, it was all. It seems like the stuff that I wrote was just. I don't know. It was always. It was a lot of the negative side of my life, but that's how. That was how I worked through things, and that's also how I wrote my songs at the same time. You know, always was always told to write my songs from the heart. You know, and from real life. You know, reality, and so I've always done that.
It's where your heart leads you to. It is what it is.
Yeah,
You know.
I music's everything to me still to this day. You know,
Yeah.
that dream of being this rock star. You know, it's not there. I wouldn't even want that
Right.
by any means. And but I have to have music. You know, I have to play it. I have to hear it. I have to have all versions of. You know what I mean?
I think it's keeping you alive.
Oh, it keeps me alive. You know, it's keeping my electricity going. Love it. I love the sound of acoustic too.
Yeah. What? Man, just there's something.
Something about it, isn't there?
There is.
You know. What do you want to sing, Sick?
I don't care. It's
Tell me. Let's see.
it's your guitar.
I know, but it's our life. Let's see.
That's right. I don't know that.
I don't know many songs.
I don't know. Yeah.
Boy, here's would be a hard one to sing because it's hard to play.
I know it. I know it's Bon Jovi. I'm just having a moment. It's all the same. Only the names have changed. Every day it seems we're wasting away. Some other place. The faces are so cold. Sometimes done or down. Blah 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 blah. My listeners gonna be so disappointed. Yes, I can't remember words, so I'll make them up anyway.
Oh. Times I drink.
Hold on, I gotta find the words, man. Wanted Dead or Alive. Why couldn't I think of that? A number of times I sang that.
I couldn't think of it either. Feel the same way. Cowboy.
On a steel horse I ride, and I'm wanted, dead or alive. And I'm wanted, dead or alive.
You know what? That was good music.
That was good music.
That was. 80s music was good music.
That's some good music.
It really was.
They said that once grunge hit, the Guitar Hero died.
Yeah. You know, I don't. I sit around and play guitar and sing. Here's one for you. Here's one you can sing. I know you can do.
Oh my God. All right, I'll fall in. Oh, I drink the water from my hand, day just as you think I am. Just till my son told your domain, you'll come running over again. Don't scream about, don't think it loud. Turn your head now, baby, just spit me out. Don't worry about, don't speak it down. Turn your head now, baby, just spit me out. Why follow me to hollow ground, lost as you swear I am? Don't throw away your basic needs, ambience and vanity. Don't scream about, don't think it loud. Turn your head now, baby, just spit me out. Don't worry about, don't speak it loud. Turn your head now, baby, just spit me out. It's been a long time, brother.
Yes, sir.
Been a long time.
Stuff is great. Chick show.
The Chick Show. I always thought if I were to do another band, I would have to do it anonymously. Have to do like, some sort of
Mask.
maybe not a mask, but I definitely would do some sort of we're hot.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely do some sort of get up to where you didn't know who I was. And this, I saw Tool live this past summer, and to see them live was a whole different experience. And I finally,
Amazing.
oh my God, the way Maynard is up on stage, he's back behind next to the drummer, not out front. I love that about him. And if you didn't know who he was, you would never know who he was out on the street. And I always thought that about Tool, that he's just kind of this anonymous,
Right.
figure.
Yeah.
And but that band would be called Clayface.
Clayface.
And we always talked about Clayface back in the day, about being the one that stole your buzz. And I always thought Clayface, that would be my anonymous band.
He was my hero.
Well, no, good times, man.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you coming over. Appreciate
Oh,
you
thanks
stopping.
for having me. Absolutely.
Like to do it again.
Probably have to do part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah. Feel like we only got part half.
We, like you said, when we were on our little break there, it felt more as though we were talking the first 25
years, yeah.
first 25 years, and
Really did, didn't it?
didn't really get into. We didn't even talk cuffed.
No.
I mean,
No.
we
didn't talk cuff. We didn't talk post cuff.
no.
We didn't talk about Limp Biscuit.
Oh
Nothing.
my God, man! There's so much. There's so
Yeah.
much more.
Oh yeah. Lots more. There's lots more.
Yeah.
If anybody interested, we got lots more.
Well, we're gonna put that on the list.
All
And,
right. You just let me know, buddy, and I'll be here.
We'll get in here and we'll talk cuff. We'll talk 25 to 50.
There you go.
I mean,
And I'm 51, so I have to come back for.
I just turned 50.
Man, congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. Everybody keeps saying welcome to the club. I'm in my prime. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
And
This
I
club.
tell you what, my brain feels like I'm 18 still. I swear to God.
God bless you, dude.
I'm serious.
I have moments of I can't remember anything.
Oh, I don't remember nothing. I didn't remember nothing then. I was burnt out at 18. You gotta remember. That wasn't a good thing.
My moments are definitely. It's getting harder to remember names.
Oh,
Like right then, I was struggling to figure out "Wanted Dead or Alive."
oh, me too. I was playing it.
I was like, I know this song. I've sang it. Why am I even looking up lyrics?
I feel like when there's two people and one says, "Hey, man, you remember old boy? He worked at Oh, he was married to
it was your cousin.
and I think that some telepathic way put some kind of blank,
It does. I think
some kind of blank energy right into your buddy's brain, and he can't think of none of the same names you're trying to think of.
it's that pressure of I gotta.
It's
We're a team.
It's just the same names though. It's strange, man.
Yeah.
It's really strange. I'm really trying to figure out how to harness energy.
Well, I just saw a phone call pop up. I'm a little concerned about.
Oh my goodness. We'll see everybody.
We're gonna cut this one short.
Absolutely, buddy. Good. Answer that.
Hey everybody, we're gonna keep the ball rolling here. Got a special treat. I'm gonna throw in some cuffed here at the end to kind of whet your appetite a little bit. Enjoy. This was some songs that we created. Mike, myself, Brian Stevens, and Jason Meinerding. This would be, good Lord, going on 22 years ago when we formed that band and spent a whirlwind of probably a 6 to 7 month period getting together, just recording, writing them out, putting them down on little Tascam. I think might have been an 8-track, and man, Meinerding mixed it all up, and we had those guys were great to play with and great to create with, and certainly one of those things I'm very proud of, and I'm sure they are too. But it was some great times, some great people, and I'm excited to share it with you. So let me know what you think. Thanks. What you begging for me?